AJ Lee is being heavily teased for the Royal Rumble. Angry screaming backstage in AEW. Charlotte Flair wins. LOL. I'm Ollie Davis. Happy Royal Rumble Eve, everyone. This is the WrestleTalk News.
Support WrestleTalk!
Get exclusive bonus videos over at patreon.com/WrestleTalk. This week, WWE announced their headline inductee into the 2025 Hall of Fame as Paul Triple H Levesque, which Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker definitely surprised him with. He was totally caught off guard by that news. Triple H doesn't want to hog the spotlight at all, which is why he had a giant curtain drop reveal of him on the first ever episode of Raw on Netflix. Now the shock has sunk in, Levesque has posted on social media. Been trying to come up with a way to say thank you for the immense honor announced yesterday. I've had the incredible pleasure of a 30+ year of creating memories and moments, meeting lifelong friends, which I'm rethinking both Undertaker and Shawn Michaels right now, you know, because it was a surprise. And of course, the most incredible wife and mother, Stephanie McMahon, and the opportunity to entertain the best fans in the world. Thank you to everyone who has reached out. I appreciate the kind words and well wishes. One of those well wishes was from R-Truth, who posted, well, I got 2 words for y'all. Bout time. Congratulations to Paul Triple H Levesque, 2025 Hall of Fame inductee. DX, are you ready? Cerebral Assassin, I'm so proud of you. Fist bump emoji, double high five emoji, prayer emoji, with a photo of Tommaso Ciampa. But Vince McMahon, Triple H, one half of DIY, it doesn't matter who's booking WWE, because always, Charlotte wins, LOL. Charlotte Flair hasn't been seen in a WWE ring for over a year, since she tore her ACL, MCL and meniscus in a match against Asuka on the 8th of December 2023 episode of SmackDown. But over the last couple of weeks, WWE has been running promos for her return, which will see her compete in the Women's Royal Rumble match. According to WrestleVote, Charlotte will have a slightly new gimmick, but still with her classic, always winning championships ways. With Charlotte Flair set to return this weekend, a source says her presentation will fully embrace her Flair family legacy with a top girl attitude and flair to her character. There's also talk of championship gold coming her way sooner rather than later. This follows WWE releasing Top Girl merchandise for Charlotte. So how does this play into the road to WrestleMania and, most imminently, the Royal Rumble? Fightful Select have already reported that Flair versus the current women's champion Tiffany Stratton has been discussed for WrestleMania 41 backstage. One way to get to that match would be Charlotte winning the Rumble and then beating Stratton at Mania, meaning that championship gold sooner rather than later would be about 2.5 months. Charlotte is currently a 14-time world champion, not counting NXT. Beating Tiffany for the title would make it 15, one away from tying her father, Ric Flair's all-time but actually fictitious number of 16. One of the major storylines of 2025, however, is John Cena trying to break Ric Flair's record, as he's using his retirement year to win a 17th world title. Triple H is all about those records. Or maybe Charlotte doesn't win the Rumble, and she gets a Mania title program another way. Becky Lynch hasn't been seen in WWE since May, where she lost her women's title to Liv Morgan. Lynch reportedly then became a free agent days later when her contract expired. That contract expiring could have been about as real as getting surprised that you're the headline inductee of the Hall of Fame class you're responsible for picking, though. There were numerous reports that Becky had agreed a new deal and was just taking a break from wrestling. She didn't return on the Netflix debut Raw on January 6th, so the heavy speculation is on her making a surprise comeback in the Women's Rumble match, especially because PW Insider Elite is reporting she is scheduled behind the scenes to be at the Lucas Oil Stadium on February 1st, which is when and where the Royal Rumble is taking place. Perhaps WWE have announced Charlotte's return in advance to set up a Becky surprise return and stare down with her in the match. Charlotte could be eliminated that way and could win a women's belt in the Elimination Chamber instead, because AJ Lee Women's Rumble winner confirmed. And a social media video of WWE stars predicting Rumble surprises, CM Punk said, "There's a big one that I'm not going to say because I'm going to get in trouble." CM Punk is, of course, married to former Divas champion AJ Lee. That social media video was from WWE interviewer Jackie Redmond, who appears to be on a one-woman mission to get AJ back to wrestling, because Jackie and Punk also spoke about her on their new WWE interview together, and because Redmond also appeared on the Lightweights podcast where she fantasy booked. You know who needs to come out for the Women's Rumble? You know who the place would erupt for? AJ. If she came out, oh my god, show stealer. That's all anyone would be talking about. If AJ Lee came back, is there anything that could steal the headline from her? Redmond then did say that she has no idea if that will happen, but it has become common in recent years for wrestling companies to fuel fan speculation on a big moment to essentially have their cake, the actual surprise, and eat it, kind of promoting it in advance. The biggest example in recent years is actually AJ's husband CM Punk and the open secret of his AEW debut. BW Insider is also reporting that WWE might have a number of NXT cameos or call-ups planned for the Women's Rumble, as Lash legend Roxanne Perez, Stephanie Vaquer and Jada Parker have all been seen in Indianapolis, which is where the PLE is taking place. This isn't confirmation they'll appear in the actual match, as it's common practice for WWE to bring in extra talent to shows like this as a backup in case someone has to be replaced, but NXT has frequently had a presence in the Women's Rumble matches, and Legend and Perez have already been featured on the main roster over the last few months. Because who needs actual storylines for the Women's Rumble when you've just got loads of surprises? Now here's a very special message from Turbo John.
Hey everyone, it's famous wrestler Turbo John here, back once again like a renegade master to give y'all some special shoutouts and to thank y'all for the wonderful support you've shown us here at patreon.com/WrestleTalk. Y'all are there at your little computer thingios and you have pressed little links that are in the video description down below, and you have gone to this magical world called Patreon. And there you have pressed the subscribe button, nay, the support button, and you've given some of your hard-earned dollar dues to support the work we do here at WrestleTalk. And let me tell y'all, I can't thank you enough, because without your support, I'd probably be in some back alleyway with a needle in my arm that is full of the finest sugar, the finest sherbet that you can get y'all's hands on. And it is to y'all in particular that I thank for saving me, for saving my soul. So here's to you. He can last sure for longer than y'all in the ring. Starbucks, Stephen Coster, the Shield Maiden, the Zornice, the British Bulldog, Philip Boy Jake Smith Jr., the Roller Coaster, Robert Acosta, and lastly, to y'all, to you especially, yo Adrian, Rocky. I love each and every one of y'all. Thank you for watching this video, and thank y'all for your support at patreon.com/WrestleTalk. Y'all's the best. And now, I gotta go and have a lie down.
TNA have done many things wrong in their long history. They gave creative control to Hulk Hogan. They called out Vince McMahon, Triple H and Shawn Michaels for a shoot fight. They gave Samoa Joe a giant knife. But they also did the occasional thing very right, from which AEW have rightfully taken inspiration. Putting Jeff Jarrett in a major storyline around your top title. Double J, who it took 3 of the Death Riders to beat on Wednesday's Dynamite, is currently working his way up through AEW for a shot at Jon Moxley's World Championship. It's a story that many fans appear to not want. As part of this, he's also feuding with MJF, who promised to help Jarrett win the title if he could become his first challenger. In one of their segments together, MJF took aim at Jeff's real-life wife, Karen Jarrett, called him the Grim Reaper of professional wrestling, and brought up Jeff's tragically passed best friend, Owen Hart. It's already been reported that the Grim Reaper line in particular bothered many people backstage in AEW, as it implies that the promotion is dying. And now, on his own podcast, Jarrett has revealed one person upset with the segment was Dustin Rhodes. I knew I had a promo and a guy came up to me and he said, "I've got to ask you, is Dustin really upset?" I said, "Well, what do you mean?" He said, "Man, he screamed back here like twice during your promo." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Dude, I'm telling you, he's upset." So later, I asked Dustin, and I'll kind of leave that to the comments, what do you think he said? He said, "Hey man, we're all professionals, and we've all got to do what we've got to do. Whether it's to draw money or beat each other up or make the business go around," he said, I know Max is Max. He's got a receipt coming. Watch. Dustin cut a promo later that episode with Jarrett calling out Max, which Jeff claims was from the heart. It's always difficult to know with Jarrett what's a work and what isn't, though. I don't think he even knows anymore. But he's either made Dustin's anger up to fuel his feud with MJF, or he's exaggerated or blended it into a storyline. Working a shoot into a work, brother, much love JJ Kiss. Another potentially disgruntled name in AEW is Danhausen. Despite being one of the promotion's top merch sellers when he was on TV, he didn't work any matches on Dynamite, Collision, or Rampage in 2024. But Tony Khan did allow him to work indies and conventions to stay in ring shape. He returned to Ring of Honor at December's Final Battle. In a new, out-of-character interview with Chris Van Vliet, Danhausen has said he feels like he should get more TV time, especially seeing the strength of his merch sales. It seems Khan and Danhausen might have conflicting views over how he should be used in AEW. Khan has mostly booked Danhausen in a manager-type role on TV, whereas Danhausen appears to want to be an in-ring wrestler. Do you like movies? Do you like me and Luke rambling on about nonsense for hours and hours? Then watch our brand new Worst Movie Ever video on Cutscene, where we do a 4-hour deep dive on the greatest film of 2024, Madam Web. Click the link in the video description below now to watch it. Here's a clip.
So, in 56 seconds, we have the spiders are impossible to find. I'm here searching for spiders. He's agreed to provide security for her because he thought she was close to finding the spider. She says, well, the spiders are important because peptides in spider venom can supercharge cellular structure. He says, oh, superhuman strength. Right. And you think, okay, well, that was a lot. Also, like the Aranas, the mythical spider people who roam these forests. Yeah, the Laceranas people, the mythical spider people who run across treetops and punish evil men with their black poison touch. But I don't believe in that. I believe in science. That's my character, not myth. There's more. Those spiders are wasted here because he wants to take them out into the real world and have power there. And she says, they can cure loads of diseases. Also, I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
That is the first 56 seconds of the movie's dialogue.